as you can see, I've got my 3 buddies and all of us have the all-new 4Runners. And yeah, they look beautiful, but we really need to test them out. We need to take them to the desert, see how they run on sand. We need to take them to the hills, see how they take the incline. We're gonna get up to about 6,000 or 7,000 feet. What's the best way to do that? I'm thinking Roadtrip. Why don't you follow us? Here we go. The new 4Runner has this new 4.0 liter V6, which has great power. You don't even need a V8. You know, driving around the city, it's got great acceleration and even, you know, with my eco driving indicator, it lets me know when I'm driving conservatively and conserving gas. Getting up here in the hills, I was really anxious to do just to make sure it had enough power, taking the turns, taking the uphills, downhills and everything. And I've been really surprised. It's got a lot of power. It's still very responsive up here. I'm 7,000 feet above sea level right now, and it hasn't lost any power whatsoever. Even if I want to get a little aggressive, take these turns a little harder, which I sometimes do, I can shift over into sport mode and I can just downshift and upshift. It's just a nice little tap of the shift knob, and the 5-speed automatic transmission is seamless. You really don't even notice it shifting at all. It's very responsive. It's very quiet, which makes it a lot of fun to drive. And I can get in here and, you know, with the new cell phone laws and everything, the new 4Runner has this Bluetooth audio instant connection here. And I just get in, my Bluetooth is connected to the audio system. When I make calls, I just talk like I'm talking to you right now. There's a built-in microphone. It's really convenient. And even the audio feature voice controls, I can just use that when I'm placing a call. I can say, "Call Mom," which is fantastic. It's great. The interior on the all-new 4Runner is very bold. The lines are very aggressive, yet very stylish. The touchscreen navigational system is very convenient. All my windows are automatic, back window automatic, moonroof automatic, and the interior is very comfortable. It takes about 10 minutes in here and you know where everything is, you know where every button is, and it's very conveniently placed. Nothing is out of reach, nothing is inconveniently placed. It's all right here for where you need it. That was some of the finest off-roading I have ever experienced. You know, I knew Toyota had put an amazing suspension system in these things, but seeing these trails up in the mountains, they're steep, they're rough, they're gnarly. I really had to try it out for myself. The KDSS in these 4Runners was completely smooth. It is a perfectly stabilized ride. There was absolutely no lack of power either, was there?
Not at all. The 4-liter V6, I put it in fuel low and it went off and we had no problem at all.
That was some steep inclines up there, never ever a problem. We've been four-wheeling all day and I'm thinking we might go find some more, huh?
Do it.
I'm okay with that.
Yes, this Toyota 4Runner is excellent. handled everything we threw at it today. We're on these small trails, and I feel like I'm out in the desert in the sand, except with ice-cold air conditioning and room for all the coolers and gear, so it worked out great. My buddies had such a good time. We enjoyed it. The power, we're up at 6,000, 7,000 feet. So much power, the torque band, just unbelievable. Absolutely dominated everything that we threw at it and asked for more. We're gonna go back out and tackle some more of those trails.
That was very, very nice. The Toyota 4Runner took the hills, rocks, and sand, no problem. Once getting to the top of the hill, though, coming down can be a little bit challenging. After hitting the downhill assist control, I didn't have to use my brakes, and it improved the steering and handling of the car. Absolutely the finest 4x4 I've ever driven.
Toyota's made it easy to access the large cargo areas they've equipped these new 4Runners with. They've also put this available slide-out deck in, which is really nice. Going camping, having a lot of equipment like I do, and you need to access it throughout the cargo area, it's really easy to get to everything. It's got 2 locking positions. It's really convenient. They've also put a number of different speakers back here, both in the hatch and in the cargo area, which is really nice. You out on the lake, you want to hear your music. When you hit party mode, it sends all the volume to the back of the car, which is really nice. Tom, why don't you go ahead and hit that party mode button for me?
No problem.
Thanks. So here we are in the beautiful Alabama hills, ready to get these new 4Runners on some serious trails. My buddies have 2 SR5s, a limited edition, and I'm in the trail edition, which means I'm ready to get into 4Low, try out a bunch of different functions like the crawl control and the multi-terrain select control. So let's get on some trails. We're on some just mildly aggressive trails right now, some loose sand, not too rocky. I'm in 4 high, just trying to get a feeling for it all. I'm gonna try to find some really aggressive hills, get down into 4 low, adjust my settings for crawl control and multi-terrain select control, really test this guy out. Perfect. All right. This is what I'm looking for. This is a really steep hill. It's pretty smooth, but this gives me a chance to try out the crawl control. And what the crawl control is gonna do, it's like a cruise control for the hills. But what it's going to do is it's going to keep the 4Runner at a constant speed, whether I'm going over rocks, whether I'm hitting a steep incline, whether I'm going down a steep decline. It's going to keep the 4Runner at a consistent speed unless I disengage it by hitting the brake or hitting the accelerator. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on here and adjust it to medium. And once I take my foot off the brake, it engages itself and just takes off. So again, this is a really convenient function if you're wanting to tackle some tough terrain and you really want to focus on your steering instead of having to adjust your speed all the time. I'm not even touching the accelerator right now, and it's just going up this hill without any problem whatsoever. We're getting into some more rocky terrain right now, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust my multi-terrain selection to more rocky roads. Suspension adjusts accordingly, and it's just effortless right now. I was really excited to get out here and try out these hills. I had no idea it was going to be this much fun. All these different settings that I can adjust depending on what terrain I'm on, what speed I want to go with the crawl control. It makes this a blast to get out here in the hills, and whether I'm on some sand and I just want to play around and go quick, or whether I'm on some rocks and I want to just grind it out. It's a lot of fun to get out here and try this thing out. So we've taken these all new 4Runners on and off road. We've had them at elevation. We've had them out in the heat of the desert. They've been completely comfortable and had more than enough power the entire time. So I have to ask, who wouldn't want a 4Runner?